Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.
Good morning. Thank you for watching. I'm Dina Huff with the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth, if I can talk this morning. And I have my co-worker here with me, Tisha Finn. And some of you may see us out in the community and wonder, what do they do? You know, they're everywhere. They're doing everything, but what are their actual jobs? So we kind of just wanted to give you a quick overview this morning for those of you that may not know what we do here at the Partnership. And I have a little cheat sheet here, so bear with me, and my glasses. We are unique in that we have 159 Family Connection sites in the state of Georgia. We are actually through a state initiative. It's Georgia Family Connection Partnership, and we have ours here in Walton County. And we base our services on the needs of the county. And we are actually about to get ready to start a needs assessment within the next year. We have to do those every so often just to kind of check in with our partners to see what the needs of the county may be. And we set up our programs and services according to the needs of the county. Now, we are quasi-governmental, and what that means is I have an appointed board, and that's who we answer to, and Tish will tell you about how she's set up in just a moment. But we have we work to improve the lives of the families and children in Walton County, and we are an organization. We're a process. We are not an agency. We're not anything else, but we're a process because we're consistently changing each year. And like I said before, depending on the needs of the county, because we have to do an annual plan each year, and we do ask that you attend our collaborative meetings, and I'll get to that later. But your input is critical to what we need to do as a process each year. So some of the things that we do, we have over 250 partners that join us, whether they join us by Zoom, because our collaborative meetings are in person and Zoom. We travel around the community, around the county. We host meetings in Monroe, Social Circle, and Loganville, and we're currently looking for a spot in Loganville. Our collaborative meetings are at 8 a.m., and those are the third Tuesday of every month. And all are invited to come, and we usually have our partners share about events that they may be hosting. And one thing that I would like to point out here is we're all about bridging gaps in services. We're not about duplicating services through the partnership. Just recently, a need was brought to our attention. Not that we didn't know about this, because we do drug and alcohol classes with youth almost monthly. And so a few questions were brought up, and we kind of had a little task force meeting, and we decided we needed to have a lunch and learn. So we invited Monroe PD, and our facilitator, Dr. Tanya Knox, came, and they hosted a lunch and learn to answer some questions for parents, grandparents who have issues with their students, their kids, their grandchildren who may be experiencing with the vapes, the alcoholism. So that is, in a nutshell, what we do. If there's a need in the community, and someone comes to us with that need, then we try to put our board together, put a task force together, and come up with a creative idea of how to fulfill that need or bridge that gap in services. So Tish, she is our youth development director, And I'll let her tell you a good bit about what they've been doing, because a lot of our focus this year has been on mental health. And I'll let you tell them when all that started and what you all are doing.
Yes. Hi, thank you, and thank you for having me. One of the things we've been most proud of since COVID is probably our mental health initiatives. Dina and I sometimes joke with each other that the greatest task force there is 24 teenagers. We have a teen board of 24 kids that are from every single school in Walton County, including homeschools and hybrid schools, private, public. And so those kids come together with Dina and I. We have a lot of heart-to-heart conversations with them about what they're concerned about. As a result of that, we did initiate a mental health outreach at Social Circle High School this year, and that was called Look Within Yourself, where we scheduled equine therapists, regular therapists, pet therapists. Dina can help me if I leave something out.
No.
We had some art therapy, basically resilience activities. We did some community resilience model training, which is a training model that's been around for about 25 years. We received some professional certification in therapy in that, so that we could then take that out into the schools in our communities and help kids manage anxiety, their classwork. We did a Rocket Book simulation, which is to help kids with their time management. Social Circle provided journals and agendas to everyone. That's just a little bit of what we do. We're also pretty honored that as a result of that work, we were acknowledged at the Social Circle Board of Ed meeting a couple months ago. We were also invited to participate. I do want to make sure I don't misquote this. So it is the Resilient Northeast Georgia Inform, Inspire, Empower Summit in Jefferson, Georgia. Our kids served on a panel along with kids from all over the state, specifically the region. They had a couple of keynote speakers that were alumni from University of Georgia. We were really honored to have taken part in that as a result of our work. The other thing we do is we try to combine the information that we receive at the collaborative meeting. We have folks who come from hospitals, from DFACs, from law enforcement, from local communities, the theater. So we take that sort of adult information, we combine it with the kid information, and then we use that to do what we can in the community.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, we not only serve the youth, but through Resilient Northeast Georgia, we are able to train our adults on how to deal with mental health issues among our families. Because, as Tish said, COVID really harmed a lot of folks, and so they need a lot of help. We
had
need
a
a
couple
lot of help.
counselors that came
Yes.
to the Resilient Northeast Georgia, to the CRM training. We had a couple of counselors from local schools who came and received that training alongside our kids.
So we're always willing to put trainings together, to host them, to facilitate any type of trainings that we need to. We have that available to us. We do collaborate with the other counties in Region 5 to host those, or we can host those locally.
In schools.
In the schools.
We go
as
into
well.
school health classes, and we will help with their mental health unit. We can help with physical health unit. We've done drug and alcohol there. What else? The Joshua's Law driver's ed training thing we've done. Really just responding to whatever's needed out there.
Right. So if you're interested in joining our collaborative, or you have ideas for us, you're always welcome to attend our collaborative meetings. Our next meeting will be hosted here at the Board of Ed Annex, and that will be at 8 a.m. on August 15th. And you do not have to sign up for that. Just show up, or if you can't make it in person, then please contact me and I'll send you a Zoom invite. And my direct line is 770-207-3175. And just leave me a message if I'm not here, because we always say if we're at our desk, then we're not doing our jobs. We're always out in the community, and that's where you might see us. So as always, we just wanted to get some new information out there, and I think Tish has one more event she wants to share.
If I may, I'd love to plug our social media. The kids work so hard on it, and we did just post about your collaborative meeting, including the Zoom link. So we are on Facebook and Instagram. Our Instagram is We are Walton Youth Project. You can find us there. But I do want to tell you, as a result of this mental health thing, we've developed an initiative. It's called Walton WISE. I'll hold this up. WISE is WISE, stands for Wellness, Ingenuity, Science, and Engineering. And the kids came up with this, as Dina knows. It's sort of a flip on the STEM initiatives that everybody's doing, but we wanted to add wellness and ingenuity, which kind of brings it into that mental health part and the resilience part. Well, we are scheduling Parents' Nights Out. This is modeled after some training we received at Georgia Tech in January, part of their seismic program for STEM and wellness. And we are having it here at the Board of Ed Annex. It's from 6 to 9:30. It is on the second Friday of every single month, and that'll be led by a couple of our alumni who are college students, some local professionals. We have a counselor who's going to be here, pet therapist, art teacher, wellness teacher. We are going to do some meal prep. I'm not promising cooking because we're not sure we want to deal with heat, but we are going to let them feed themselves that night, and it should be a really good time. So 6 to 9:30, parents, drop your kids off. We do sibling discounts. Go grab some supper in Monroe, and then come on back and get them.
Make sure you come back and pick them up.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much
Well,
for having us.
Thank you, and we will see you next time. And please contact us if you have any questions. Thank you.
All right, so if you don't remember, my name is Jay Connor. I'm the Family and Consumer Science Agent here in Walton County. I'm so excited to announce that we're going to do an estate planning class August the 19th at 8 a.m. here at the Walton County Extension Office. We're going to go over all sorts of important information. We're going to talk about wills, trusts, the probate process, everything you need to know for that type of information. If you have any questions, please give us a phone call. We'll be more than excited to let you know. Thanks, and we'll see you then.
Hey there everybody, this is Michelle Patrick with the Walton County 4-H office. I just wanted to fill you in a little bit on our summer. So we had a very exciting summer with Cloverleaf Camp, we had junior camp, we went to the beach multiple times, we took over 200 4-Hers to these different camps, and now we're rolling into the fall and school season. So actually next month we'll be starting our club meetings in 5th grade classrooms all over Walton County, Social Circle, and Loganville. We're thrilled about that. There's about 1,500 4-Hers that will participate in our program, not to mention all of our clubs. We have archery coming up later on in the fall, and going into the winter. We'll start BB, and then we have our goat club that's ramping up right now. We have our swine club. We'll be going to the fair later in the fall, and we have all sorts of events that we would love for your kids to participate in. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact our office at 770-267-1324. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.
Well, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful in the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We're getting started on some of our fall events. We've got a lot coming up, staying busy here at the center. We have scheduled another document destruction event, so we'll be advertising that one more. We're getting the flyers made now, but we do have a date. We're going to have it here at the Recycling Center Saturday, September 23rd from 10 to 12. It'll be right out here in the cul-de-sac at the Recycling Center. So if you've got any old sensitive documents or anything like that you want to make sure get taken care of properly, now's a good time to be rounding that stuff up and getting it ready for the event. If you have any questions, give us a call out here, 770-267-1421. We'll answer any questions you have about the event. Again, it's a good time to get rid of those documents, and we get a ton of calls about having the event, so we're happy we were able to get one scheduled, and we're excited about that. We've also scheduled our annual Rivers Alive event for this year. That's going to be Saturday, October 21st. Again, it's a great opportunity for any school clubs, civic organizations, churches, or whatnot to have a volunteer opportunity to do a waterway cleanup. I think I mentioned before that this was an event to where prior to COVID we were up well over 300 volunteers, and it's kind of been down since we started back after COVID, so we are kind of reaching out and seeing where we can get more volunteers. We have some areas designated for Rivers Alive cleanup. So again, give us a call. We'd be happy to put you on our mailing list for any updates on Rivers Alive. We'll be needing to get number of volunteers you have. Everyone that volunteers for Rivers Alive gets a free Rivers Alive t-shirt. We'll need to get those t-shirt orders. So if it is something you're thinking about and would like to do, get in touch with us pretty quickly, because we'll be needing to get all of that stuff in. So those are the two things we have scheduled going forward. We are starting to look at America Recycles Day events. America Recycles Day is November 15th of every year. And we're pretty sure we're going to do a paint event. And we generally do that on the Saturday, either before the 15th or right after the 15th. Kind of normally depends on which one's closer to the date of the 15th. So be on the lookout for that. We'll most likely be doing a paint collection event, and we're going to try to tie in another event with the paint collection to kind of get into doing some other things. So be on the lookout for that. Again, we're having a lot of people come in with mattresses here at the center that we're having to turn away. We are taking mattresses here. But what we aren't doing is we're not taking them from businesses. You're not going to be able to pull up here with 20 mattresses on a trailer and get rid of them. This is for residents only. And the mattresses need to be in fair condition. They're going to be getting refurbished and reused, so they can't come in torn apart, soaking wet. The box springs can't be the wood all broken in the box spring. They do have to be in pretty fair condition, or we can't accept them here. So just wanted to give you the heads up on that, so you're not driving all the way out and being told that we can't take the mattresses. Outside of that, like I always do, if you don't know exactly what we do here, but you want to get started recycling, you're looking for a place to take some of your waste that won't fit in the garbage can you have at home, some of the larger items, come out, give us a call, let us tell you about what we do, let us show you what we do. If you're already a recycler, still come out or give us a call and make sure you're recycling all the things you could be. The world of recycling's ever changing. We try to get into any of the new things or more products that we can recycle, and we want to make sure we're recycling absolutely everything we can. So give us a call to make sure you're doing that as well. Again, our number is 770-267-1421. We look forward to hearing from you, and until next time, take care.
Thanks for tuning in today. We're with the Walton County Animal Shelter, and we've got a lot of great dogs and cats to show you today. But before we do, just to give you a rundown, we're located on Madison Avenue, right behind the Sheriff's Department off Highway 11. You can come by anytime during the week from 1 to 5 to view the animals that we have here. We always have a lot more than what we're able to show on the television, so you're more than welcome to come down and view them. They're also on the internet at www.waltonpets.net, so you can window shop from your home computer and see what we've got down in the shelter. So you're more than welcome to come here or look online. Our adoption fee, as always, is only $40, and that includes a rabies vaccination voucher, the vaccines that we give here, and a deworming. So you get a great dog pretty much ready to go for only about $40. You just fill out a simple application. Once that's approved, you can come, pick up the dog or cat, and if they're not fixed already, you have to do that within 30 days or when the animal's old enough. One other thing I wanted to tell you about, there's some discounted vaccine clinics coming up, and it is real important that you get your animals vaccinated. Just last month there was a skunk that wandered up to a house here in Walton County. It walked over to the dog pen and it bit a chihuahua on the nose, and then it tried to get in the front door of the house where the resident had to shoot the skunk. Well, we picked it up, sent it off to the CDC in Atlanta, and sure enough, it tested positive for rabies. So it's real important that you get that rabies shot to protect you, to protect your pets. If your pet gets in a tangle with a raccoon or a skunk, and it either tests positive or we don't have that animal for testing, well, then you have to quarantine the animal. If your dog is current, you can do a 45-day observation. It's kind of an inconvenience, but not too bad. But if you didn't have that rabies shot, your dog has to be in strict isolation in a special built pen for 6 months, or it has to be put to sleep. So it's real important that you get that rabies shot. And so we do have one discounted pet clinic coming up. It's going to be on Saturday, April 24th. It's going to be at Boss Brothers Country Store. They're going to have rabies shots for $10, parvo shots for $15, all kinds of microchips, cat vaccines as well. You can't beat that price. It's sponsored by Paradox Spay Clinic, and it's at Boss Brothers. You can find more information either at our website, waltonpets.net, or you can find it at the Boss Brothers website as well. So very important thing. There's no excuse when it's only $10. Get that rabies vaccine. And now we'll show you some.
Okay, here we have like a Maltese mix. It's a male. He's neutered. He's about 2 years old, and we are calling him Mushroom. And he won't be camera shy.
This is Otto. He's an 8-month-old Rottweiler mix puppy. He is a little nervous guy, but once he gets to know you, he's pretty nice for the most part.
This is Hunter. He's 1 year old. He's a chocolate lab. He's very hyper. He is vaccinated. He is neutered. Good with kids and good with other dogs.
This is Bagheera. She is a German Shepherd female who's around 5 years old. She was an owner surrendered to us earlier this week. She is a very calm girl. She's gentle, not hyper like your typical Shepherd, and she is ready for a home today.
All right, here we have a male pit. He is about 2 years old. He's got lots of energy. He's not neutered, but he's extremely sweet, and we're calling him Axel.
This is Augustus. He is a 2-year-old hound bulldog mix. He was found on North Sharon Church Road. His hold time is up, so he is available for adoption. He did great with other dogs, and he's been real friendly with everyone. He just wants to find his forever home.
Here we have a pit mix. Her name is Honey. She was an owner surrendered to us. She is already spayed. She is microchipped, and she's probably about 4 years old. Does not like other dogs. So she would need to be the only baby in the house.
Hello Walton County, this is Jody Johnson with another recreation report. Now that school is back in, everyone's getting back into a routine. Still summertime, but our splash pad is now gone to non-peak hours. Usually that happens once Walton County goes back to school, which means we'll be open from 4 o'clock till 6 o'clock every day, except for Mondays, and then on the weekends we're open from 10 until 6 o'clock. We still have some rentals that you can do on the weekends, and we'll keep that schedule up until a couple weeks before Labor Day, and that's usually when people stop, attending. The weather changes, if you're wanting to go out to the splash pad, weekends or afternoons is the best time to do that. We had another good year, a lot of good rentals, so splash pad went very well. All of our fall activities are now started. All our athletics are all playing: baseball, softball, football, cheerleading, soccer, cross country. All those things have started practicing. So if you missed that registration, I do want to let you know when basketball starts, which will be sometime in September. Believe it or not, we're that close to basketball season. I know we're all still watching the Braves, getting ready for the Bulldogs or the Falcons to start playing, and we are too. Our seasons for all of our fall sports will start at the end of August with our games, and all of our practices, like I said, have already started. So we look forward to all that getting started. Our community centers are still open. It's a good place to go. We don't have to worry about these afternoon showers or the extreme heat that makes it difficult to go outside. We do have a lot of people that are walking. Our walking track is now paved in Social Circle around the pond, and then we also have the walking tracks at Felker and at Meridian. So be sure to utilize those. And we have our Frisbee golf course that's now ready to go out between at the air splash pad. So we have a lot going on. Our construction for the new pickleball courts out at Crystal Park is going on good. So we hope to see you soon at a park near you. Give us a call and look for registration coming up soon. So thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Joel Burnstead, and I'm the Walton County Extension Agent in the area of Ag and Natural Resources. Just wanted to say hello today and invite you to come out and visit our new office on Criswell Road at Criswell Park. We have several programs going on throughout the summer. We're about to get ready to kick off our Master Gardener training program for adults. So if you're an adult and you're interested in gardening and want to learn more, we do have a program that will start September 5th. You can call or stop by our office for more information or fill out an application. We also offer soil and water testing services through our office. So with your lawn or garden, soil testing, we recommend doing it at least on an annual basis. And the cost of that test is $10, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Aside from soil testing, we also offer a variety of water tests through the University of Georgia Water Lab. If you live on a well, the CDC recommends having your well tested on an annual basis. And again, we offer a variety of tests, including bacteria, heavy metals, and things of that nature. So we're well equipped to give you more information on that and to have a consult with you if you were interested in those tests. And again, those tests vary according to prices, but we'll be happy to share that information with you. Our 4-H'ers have had a summer full of camps. We have a few more weeks to go and we're wrapping up, but if you have a 5th and 6th grader interested in the 4-H program, we do offer various programs that your child can get involved with. And we would be happy to speak with you on that. We have 3 full-time 4-H staff here at the Walton County office, and you can stop by or give us a call if you or your child would be interested in any of those programs. Thank you.
All right. Now we got all that behind us. Leah, I'm going to turn it over to you. I don't have a bio specifically for Leah, so I'll let her do an introduction, but she was telling me that she is a graduate of Walnut Grove High School and that she went to Georgia Southern. So went to Georgia Southern and recently moved back up here from Statesboro. So and she is, again, so I have to write it down, I will not get it right. She is the Georgia District K-Kids and Builders Club Administrator. So she's going to give some information on that, and she's also looking for a home club. So Ed might want to slip her an application before we get done with this.
I can do that.
Anyway, I'll turn it over to you, Leah.
Thank you. So hi everybody, I'll try not to take too much of your time today, but my name is Leah. As you said, I went to Walnut Grove. So I was talking, last time I was in this room is 2017, where I was also at a Kiwanis meeting where y'all gave me a scholarship. And naturally, I think always the point of our SLPs is to keep them coming back. And I often think a lot of times we don't always see that working. I promise it does. That was 2013 through 2017 that I was in Kiwa myself. And here we stand in 2023. It's my 3rd year in Kiwanis now. So yeah, so I typically start these with our words from our governor, Daryl Gubbs. If you have met him, he is a member of our Winder Club. So his most common phrase he used to tell us, also, sorry for the phone, if somebody can find my printer in the house I just moved into, that would be stellar. Don't know where I put it. But his most common phrase that I've heard all my time with him is, if all we did as Kiwanians to support our SLPs, that is enough reason to be Kiwanian. Because at the end of the day, our motto is about serving those children of the world, and the SLPs are where we got those from. Little buzzwords for everybody. Does anyone know what an SLP is? Oh, I didn't do my whole job.
Service and project. I don't know what they are.
You got the first word. So SLP is what we code for service leadership programs. So they're anything that has to do with either the youth or there's one group that we include in there, which I'll talk about in a minute. If you want to help, there is a spot open on our team. We need another person. We are down to 3. So yeah, so I first heard these, like I said, with Daryl when I was first. If you haven't met him, suggest coming to convention. Is anybody coming to convention in Savannah? Maybe next year. I do always recommend, and it'll be closer next year in Savannah.
When's it next year?
I don't know
Can you
how
say?
much- I don't think I can say.
Okay, all right, very good.
But it is, I promise, it's closer. So yeah, so throughout my time in the SLPs, I am now overseeing 2 of them, which are K-Kids and Builders. We'll get into them in a moment. But K-Kids essentially stands for our elementary. The K is naturally for Kiwanis, so it's Kiwanis kids. And then the Builders is for those middle school students. So to start off with our order, K-Kids is our youngest in terms of when it was founded and the age group it serves. So in order to be in K-Kids, that student has to be from 1st to 5th grade. Sorry to our younger children, but unfortunately, just with youth protection guidelines, we do need to start in 1st grade. So that normally changes to about 7 onwards. Would anyone like to guess the year they were founded in? They are the newest.
78.
It starts with a 2.
2000.
2000? I'll have to bring some candy next time for the winner. So yes, it was founded in 2000 and it currently stands as the largest service organization for those elementary school students. So currently nationwide we have 36,000 students and 1,200 plus. Typically this does associate with a school. In Monroe we do not have any. I believe our nearest one is over Jackson County. We'll soon have. So they are about the nearest, unfortunately, that we get. So if anybody ever wants to charter one, we can give you all the information on that. However, they don't always have to be with those schools. A lot of YMCAs, I know I spoke to the one coming into town, and it is possible that they could have one soon. So just like those, however, they're very similar to what we do. So they say they aim to develop competent, capable, caring leaders through the vehicle of service. So a lot of their service projects are sort of things similar to what we do. I've taken them side of the road trash cleanup. I've watched them write notes for people in hospitals. It's really about getting that younger generation into service and seeing that they can make that difference just as well, no matter their age group. So in Georgia, we currently have 42 clubs. The number of students we have, it's a little bit difficult just because they are so young. I cannot tell you the exact number because schools are not required to report how many they have. But I can tell you from what I am aware that we have over 850 that have been reported to. And I believe we have about 12 clubs that have reported 0 or 1, which is what they report when they do not want to list how many they have. So if I had to guess from my contacts, it's about closer to 950. So yeah. So K-Kids does not have an international nor a district level. It is made up of myself and one person on the Key Club board who does help me a lot. So we are really just a 2-man team trying to get it done. But it really is impactful. If you ever do want to work with a club, I can put you in contact with the nearest one. They love to see people read, especially that's their big thing. They really like to see that those adults care, especially those who do not typically surround them throughout the day. This has grown tremendously this year. Our international president, who just retired for West, because naturally now it is Katrina. If you've met Katrina, she is from Georgia. He focused a lot on K-Kids and making sure that we had the new materials, because before we had not had new materials since it was founded in 2000. So the next one after that is the other one I work with. You'll hear a lot of similarities between Builders Club. And let me tell you, as a middle school last year teacher, oh Lord, we need this. I love, but it's that age group where really they're trying to find a lot of themselves and learning who they are. So giving that vehicle of service and those character values that we try to instill as Kiwanis in them, it really makes a big difference watching them. I worked in one of the lowest 5% schools in the state. And watching them have that club and watching those children turn who they were really made a difference and reminded me of why I was here. So this one is a little bit older. We were founded in 1975. So a few more years. In Georgia, we currently have 24 clubs with about, again, from my last count, unfortunately they are so young also that they will not give me an exact count, but I can tell you it's over 600. That number is probably a bit closer to what we actually have. If I have to guess, because I don't have many clubs that don't report, it's probably about 650 range. So Worldwide, again, they have 1,600 clubs with 45,000 members. So they share, again, a lot of similarities as Key Club. They're associated with a school normally, or else a community can put one together, such as the YMCA or the church if they wanted to. However, what really stands out to me, especially during this age group, are the core values they list. So they list learning, inclusion, common good, service, and leadership. I often get a lot of questions on what that common good sort of stands for. But to put it into the essential terms, it means that those in Builders Club are making a commitment to the school and community for it to be better to all. So just as we have Dirt West, who focused on K-Kids, our new incoming president, Katrina, she is from Albany, Georgia. This is her next focus. Because unfortunately, again, since this was founded, we have not really had that much new information, and that was 1975. I don't recommend looking at our brochures, but I fixed them, so maybe now. After that, I think is the one that most people are familiar with, if you've heard of Key Club, which I hope. So Key Club was the one I originally started in, and as the banner says, y'all do have one. I was just in contact with her. They're doing stellar. This one, somebody might know what year they were founded in. So originally Key Club was founded in about 1950s, but they were officially adopted by Kiwanis in 1975 as well. The first one was in Sacramento, and as you'll hear the theme, they are the oldest and the largest, which is the theme of all of our SLPs. No one, thankfully, beats us in terms of size or age, which I think is absolutely outstanding achievement that we've been able to keep them for this long. So, Key Club is just a little bit bigger than we think it is. It currently has over 220,000 members. Our goal by 220,000 now. Yes, they are the largest SLP, and at this moment are larger than Kiwanis itself. Their structure, however, is probably the most similar to Kiwanis. They do have their international board, they have their assigned trustees, and it filters down. We do have a district governor. So the current board was elected in July. Their years run a little bit differently. They run from convention to convention, so it's July to July. Their new president is a man named Kyle Hansen. He is from Pacific Northwest, so I believe Washington is technically where he goes to school. You might hear from him from times. I know we try to get those videos and out to people, especially if we sponsor Key Club, just so you can hear his plans and staff's plans for the upcoming years. In Georgia, we have, again, a similar structure. We have our governor, our secretary-treasurer, a bulletin editor, and they have a bunch of different lieutenant governors. They have 15. So a little bit shorter than the Kiwanis, which we have 18 in Kiwanis. So you are currently a part of what they call Division 9. They do not, as you can tell, match up with the Kiwanis. That's just a little bit of a different struggle of how we do things. But their person is from Mountain View High School, which is over in Buford. His name is Julian. If you ever want to hear from him, he will be glad that he can speak to y'all as well. Just as me, they have their own district administrator, who I do help her, but a lot of stuff we do is done through her. She is named Heather Brindle. She is a member of Division 15 with the online club. You'll hear a trend. We are all members of Division 15 in the online club. Just how we happen, we move as a team. So if you get one of us, you might get all of us. So currently in Georgia, we have 132 Key Clubs with 5,000 and about 100 members, so about 5,100. So, and then besides Heather, we have the adult committee, which stands about 5 of us. Again, other than one member from Athens, we are all from Division 15. And then, so now we have gone through the elementary, the middle, and the high school. Can we guess what's next?
College.
College. Oh, we're using hands. So, I also have to preference, we are not affiliated with the gas station. The amount of times we get that question a lot. We walked into Circle K once in our board shirts, and I thought they were going to cry because they thought the district office had come. We are not them. But Circle K itself was started actually as a fraternity in 1936 at Washington State College. We later started again at Carthage for our second club. If anybody knows anything about Carthage, they decided to pick up and move states one day. So people normally get a little confused when I say Carthage was in Illinois at one point, but it was. So we, once again, are the largest and the oldest. I can tend to talk about this one all day. Daryl gets mad if I don't mention I was the international vice president, because then when I start talking, he very much wants to clarify that that's what I was. So they follow, which is service, leadership, and fellowship. So they aim to develop college and community students in a global network of responsible citizens and leaders with a lifelong commitment to service. This is really, I'll often say a lot of times, I was in Key Club, but Circle K really watched me grow more into my own, because you don't have that adult sort of advisor often. So while we have someone listed on paper, we don't often see them unless it's an absolute necessity. It's a lot more hands off the rails and letting you figure out sort of in Kiwanis of what you want to do as a group. So just as Key Club, they do have the same international structure. So they have an international president, vice president, and 8 trustees. So our president is a man named Zach Kahn. He lives in Boston, Massachusetts. You will also probably hear from him at one point. He likes to reach out to clubs who don't have a Circle K. We also have a trustee who has already been assigned to Georgia. Key Club will do the same, but at this point they have not had their trainer. So she is a girl named Hannah from the Ohio district. So again, just as they have that, they also have the district structure. And our current governor actually lives in Oxford. Her name is Annika. And then you have a lieutenant governor who goes to Georgia Tech. His name is Ani. You will probably also hear from Ani at some point for the same logic of if you do not have one, he will want you to start one. They also have their adult administrator. Her name is Virginia Braswell. She was also same thing through the health branches and is a part of Division 15 with the online club. Like I said, we travel as a unit. So in Georgia with that, we currently have 9 clubs with a 10th on the way, actually at Georgia Perimeter in Covington. They just submitted the paperwork, so they should be done by the end of the month. But we have 125 members currently. This number used to be a whole lot higher, but this is the branch that COVID did kill a little bit. Before COVID, we had about 475 members. But unfortunately, COVID saw a lot of people lose their jobs and things, so enrollment rates dropped a whole lot, but we are working on bringing that number back up. So then our final SLP doesn't really have as much to do with an age range in schools. They are called Action Club. Has anyone heard of Action Club? So Action Club was started in 1987 with one group in Florida. They were then adopted as the final SLP in 2001 by Kiwanis. So this is the only service club for adults with disabilities. So as they put on the website, Action Club provides an opportunity to build leadership and decision-making skills. Members experience meaningful community service activities. They learn by doing. They learn organization, teamwork, and leadership. But the most important lesson they learn is that individuals working together can make a difference in the world around them. So a lot of their aim is truly just to show that no matter their phrase of no matter what your capability is, you can do service. And as it said, this is there are not many opportunities for people to get and be involved. So they now have over 12,000 members in 14 different countries. So in Georgia, we currently only have 4. I do hate to say the nearest one to us is in Robbins. So they do have a total of 113 members. So unlike all the others, they also do not have international or district leadership, nor do they have a district administrator currently. Sadly, our past one had to resign, so if anybody is interested, it can be you next. So I know that was a lot of information at once. If anybody has any questions, I would be happy to answer about them.
No doubt you'd be able to answer the question.
What high school had the Key Club?
I went to Walnut Grove.
And they had the Key Club?
Yes.
The other type of them, I don't know if they do that.
Loganville does, but unfortunately Loganville, since Loganville died, they're an orphan. So essentially they do not have a sponsoring Kiwanis club. We are hoping to convince someone to take them. Our goal is probably going to be Snellville, as Snellville should be chartered by the end of the month.
What you do with involvement in Kiwanis and being here today, those clubs that she mentioned are the footprint to becoming Kiwanians in the future, and we need those people. As we all know, Kiwanis is struggling to get new members, and we need to set that foundation when they're young, so they grow up in it like Leah, and we continue on with Kiwanis. So it's important, very important. So thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it. We're glad to have you. So see, he already put your new member application down. So go ahead and get started with a few business items, and we'll turn everything over to Leah to give us an update on what she's got going on with K-Kids and Builders Club and all that good stuff.
Well, all the carts are out here ready for in about an hour to tee off for the Monroe Kiwanis Children's Classic, and hope we raise a lot of money here for the children and youth of Walton County.
Good afternoon, everybody. Appreciate everybody being out here on this beautiful Friday afternoon, and just want to welcome everybody to the Monroe Kiwanis Club Children's Charity Classic presented by IMEC. So, hey, we couldn't do this without our sponsors, so we certainly want to thank IMEC, who is our presenting sponsor. Also, our supporting sponsors, Walton EMC, Jenny's Custom Embroidery, and Alan Smith Consulting. So, thanks so much for all y'all's support for our calls today. This year is a little different. Earlier in the year, we lost one of our longtime members, Jim Hood. Jim was a friend to everybody, and he didn't meet a stranger. Jim was just a class individual. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. We've got Barbara here. Where's Barbara? Barbara, come on over. Come on. This is Barbara, Jim's widow, and Barbara's going to continue on Jim's great legacy into the future by being here with us today, and hopefully into the future for each tournament that we have. So I'm going to turn it over to Keith for a minute for a special presentation.
Not a big presentation, but we provided beer for you guys today, so drink it, enjoy it. You'll find that there is Bud Light, there's Coors Light, there's Mick Ultra. There's no Miller Lite because there's Miller, Champagne of beers, which was Jim's beer. So if you would.
Yeah, right. Amen.
Of course. Cheers.
Cheers, Jim.
Cheers to Jim.
Thank y'all for being here, and I hate that word widow.
This is his young bride.
Sorry.
It's okay.
He was a good friend.
All right, so thank y'all for that. Let's do that real quick. Hey, if you're not familiar with Kiwanis and what we do, our global organization is to enrich the lives of children around the world. And what we do right here in Monroe in our Kiwanis Club is give funds back to the children of Walton County and Monroe. So everything that we raise today is going directly back into our community for the children of our community. So I thank y'all for your support in our venture today. And we meet right here at the Country Club for the first and third Thursday every month for our luncheon at noon. We would love to have anybody that's here that's not a Kiwanis member come be a prospective member. We'd love to have you learn about our organization and the good that we do. We have a great group of people, tight-knit group of people, and we do a lot of good in this community. So talk to any Kiwanis member that's here. We would love to share more information with you about what we do. And come join us one day. We'd love to have each and every one of you. First one's on us. Yeah, first one's on us. So there's no obligation if you come. Even if Ed tries to send you an application or force you one, then you don't have to take it the first time. So just come check it out, because he will do that. So
The second time you do.
That's right. So, but anyway, thanks again to IMEC and all our sponsors for making this happen.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I came up short.
That may roll up there.
That's going to be on it. Go.
No.
Dang it. Well,
Yeah, $10.
two good things happen from that.
Nancy Lucy.
If I hit a hole in one, I'd jump in the pond.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would jump in. No, he needs somebody to hit the green.
Really? That's gonna do it right there.
That's right, that is. If it's long enough, it's short.
Oh my
Anybody's
God.
been short. What'd you hit?
A 6 iron.
Oh God.
6 iron. Yeah. Why are you standing so close to it after you hit it? Oh God, it's supposed to be fun. Well, if you would have hit the weight room.
That's far enough.
No, it's not.
God. He should have hit it. I should have hit a driver.
That was bad.
Let me get in. I don't want to kill my buddy. I'm gonna kill people on the golf cart.
This was a great day to have a golf tournament out here at the Monroe Golf and Country Club. The Kiwanis do this every year to help the children here in the community. So we are real proud of the turnout today, and the weather was great. Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment.
Hey, I'm Bob Mackey, President and CEO for the Boys and Girls Clubs of North Central Georgia. Tonight it's an incredible event, all for the Walton County Boys and Girls Club, making sure that we do everything to keep our kids excited, motivated, out of trouble, off the streets, and in a safe place such as the Walton County Boys and Girls Club. Tonight we're here at the Engine Room, and it's all about fun,
good times,
and lots of dancing.
a lot of dancing, raffle prizes. Come on out, join us at the Engine Room. I'm Janet Townsend, board member of the Walton County Boys and Girls Club. We're at the Engine Room. Inside, air conditioning, rockin' band, pizza is free. We've got some great raffle prizes, a liquor wine pool. We just hope you'll come on out. It's not raining on the inside, so come on and join us and have a good time.
Yeah, I think all of the noise they heard, they thought it was thunder, but that was actually us,
the rockin'
right?
band. we are going to be thundering on the inside, but you will be dry. You might be sweaty, but you from dancing and having a good time, but you'll be dry.
And not only is Janet a board member, but you were just recently given an award.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about it?
I was given an award for Volunteer for the Year. I love being on the board for the Walton County Boys and Girls Club. We've got a great community that enjoys helping to support us. So we'd just like to invite you to come out and support our club tonight.
22 years of serving the Walton County community, kids, youth, an amazing opportunity to move our future ahead. Come out and see us.
Thank you. Hope to see you tonight.
Also, even though I know there are a lot of things going on, college move-in is right next door in Athens, Kennesaw State. If you can't make it, you still can make a contribution to the Walton County Boys and Girls Club. And I think a membership per year.
Membership per year for a child is only $65. So we would love for you, if you can't come out and join us tonight, but you want to support our club, you can still do that with a $65 a year pledge.
Go to www.bgcncg.com, check and click Walton County.
Yes.
Also, go give our Facebook page a like.
Please
and
do.
not only that, stop by the local club and ask for Mr. Lynn E. Hill. He's our incredible club director there. He can get you set up with a kid for mentoring. He can get you hooked up with lacrosse. Even if you never played tennis, we can introduce you to the game of pickleball. Once again, Lynn E. Hill, 405 Community Court Circle, the Walton County Boys and Girls Club. And as a matter of fact, not only should I mention Mr. Hill, I'm going to bring Mr. Hill.
Mr. Hill.
I'm going to bring Mr. Hill. Mr. Hill, I need you. I need you. You're going to stand. This is Mr. Lynn E. Hill, everyone.
Yes, he's our
Introduce
man.
yourself, Mr.
He is
Hill.
our club director. Love this man. He makes our club what it is. So tell us about what you got going on this year for our children that $65 a year can do for these kids.
That's exactly right, what she said. Boys and Girls Club of Walton County, North Central Georgia. We're glad to be here. Again, we have kids from 5 years old to 18 years old, youth, children, and teens. We have various programs, homework help, health and PE, character and leadership, every day, Monday through Friday, 2 to 7 p.m. Come on out, see what we're doing, the great work we're doing there. You'll love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's up? How y'all doing? Well, we are the After Party Experience Band.
so much for having us out for your Boys and Girls fundraiser event. And we're gonna party all night long. The dance floor is wide open. Wide open. I need to see you on the floor right now. Let's go. We're gonna warm up the stage for y'all a little bit. And don't forget, this is a party, not a concert. So we're gonna see you on the dance floor. Hey! All right. Y'all sing this with me, come on.
Over Reboot. Going to give you a Reboot tech tip today. Just want to talk a little bit about Windows 11. Windows 11 came out, I don't know, 2-3 months ago, something like that. And I don't recommend using Windows 11. Typically the way Microsoft works is every other generation of Windows is an unfinished product. So like, I don't know, y'all might remember Windows Vista. Windows Vista was basically unfinished Windows 7. Windows 8 was unfinished Windows 10. And so I don't know if it's a money thing about why they send out the unfinished product, or maybe it's a test thing so the consumer can work out all the bugs or whatever. But so Windows 11 is that unfinished product. So and I think Windows 12 or whatever they're going to call it, it's supposed to come out. I think it's like 2 years from now or a year from now, something like that. So Windows 12, or again whatever they'll call it, will come out before Windows 10 goes out of service. That's what we recommend. Don't mess with Windows 11. It's got a whole bunch of glitches. For the most part, it's pretty much a nightmare. They changed a bunch of stuff, and it's just difficult to deal with. So if you go out and you get you a new computer, try and get one that still has Windows 10 on it, or computer places can generally downgrade them or do something a little different for you if you want. But yeah, so try to stay away from Windows 11. I know here at Reboot we sell Windows 10 still, and we'll continue to do that as long as we can. But anyway, that's it for today. Isaac giving you the Reboot tech tip.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go.